Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume and also if you like ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. So today I am doing a review of, this is Commodities Bergamot. I really love the bottle. It's very modern, simple, sleek, very substantial. It's got a nice wide cap, heavy glass bottom bottle. Yeah, so it feels very substantial. And I also really love the outer packaging as well. Just a nice, also modern, sleek look. It's got some words on there that I think I'll read. It says, "The art of perfumery should be intuitive. At Commodity, we're demystifying fragrance in order to make the exceptional accessible. We like to keep things simple, no smoke, no mirrors, just a passion for ethical, elemental, and atypical." Wonder exactly what they mean by elemental. Not sure, but yeah, so anyway, I found this at Marshall's for a really good price. They also had Commodity Mimosa. I almost picked Mimosa up, but then I saw that there was no actual mimosa note in it, which was kind of the whole reason I was interested in it. So I just picked up Bergamot. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this fragrance for you. We will talk about the main accords and the notes. Also, stay tuned. I will touch on, this is the only Commodity fragrance that I actually own in my collection, and it's Moss, and it is the Moss Minus. So it is the more like personal, I'll get into that later, but the more personal scent bubble one. And then we'll read some reviews. Okay, so let's go ahead and before I do that, I always try to dress on theme, so today I am wearing green. As you can see, Bergamot is a green citrus, so I've got green earrings and a little green hair tie, hair scrunchie. So that is the look for today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray this fragrance, and today we have I think this is Cornflower Fairy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. Nice sprayer. It doesn't all come out at once, which I kind of like that you can control. You can do like half a spray. So I'm going to give this a moment to dry down. It is in real time, almost Halloween. I think it's the 27th. Yeah, it's the 27th of October. So the weather's definitely turning. We're getting less light. All of that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give this a smell and give you my first impressions. So this is very citrusy, very fresh, a bit astringent, nothing sweet. Yeah, very citrusy, a little bit green. There might be some like herbs in here or something kind of aromatic. I don't remember what. To me, it smells a lot like neroli, and I like the green, like petitgrain. It smells a lot like petitgrain or neroli. And I remember looking at the notes and seeing that there wasn't that, and I was kind of surprised. But yeah, definitely you get bergamot, also get just a lot of other citrusiness. That's why, again, I was really expecting neroli or petitgrain, but no, there's none of that. So that's mainly what I'm getting. Just very simple, linear, straight up, kind of bitter citrus. It's not something that I personally am going to keep. It's nice, it's very fresh. If you want a scent that smells extremely natural and not perfumey, not cologne-y, just very natural, clean, unobtrusive, or I would think it's unobtrusive, at least if you don't overspray. This one is really nice. It smells very natural. It smells like a bit like you were wearing some like real, you know, like essential oils, but probably that last a lot longer. Okay, so the main accords according to Fragrantica, I will read you. We have citrus, aromatic, fresh, spicy, green, and woody. So I mostly get the citrus, I get the aromatic, nothing too spicy, but I could see a touch of that. It's a bit green overall, but not in a grassy way, more like in a green citrus way, like the leaves of the bergamot or like something else like that. Woody, I'm not getting too strong either. I could see it being a background note though. Okay, so I'm really curious to look at the notes because I forget what we have. So yeah, let's do that. There's actually quite a few notes. So for our top notes, we have got 3 top notes, and they are all citrus. They are bergamot, clementine, excuse me, and green mandarin. I don't know what green mandarin is. Let's Google that. Green mandarin. Oh, interesting. I think it's actually like a mandarin with a green outer smell, or outer shell, outer rind. I think, unless it's like a made up thing. So interesting. So it's probably like a mandarin, but like a little greener, maybe a little less sweet. I don't know. So I am mostly getting, I think, the bergamot and green mandarin. I don't really know what green mandarin smells like, but I'm definitely getting something green, like petitgrain, for example. Yeah, definitely getting the bergamot. I'm getting a touch of like the juiciness, like of something like clementine or mandarin, but it's very muted. It's really not a sweet scent at all. It's not syrupy, it's not sweet, it's not really juicy. Okay, for our middle notes, we've got 3 middle notes, and they are mint, jasmine sambac, and African geranium. So I don't know, I could see maybe a touch of mint, but very subtle, like it's not minty to me. And honestly, I'm not really getting any florals out of this. Maybe my nose is off today, but I'm really mostly just getting like straight up citrus. Okay. For our base notes, we've got 4 base notes, and honestly, I remember when I was in Marshall's, I looked at the notes on Fragrantica, and this is part of why I bought this fragrance, because I was really allured by the base notes, but I don't really get them, unfortunately. But anyway, our base notes are vetiver, violet leaf, musk, and patchouli. And honestly, I get a touch of musk, but like subtle, because this is mostly like pretty citrusy, astringent bitter. So it's not, the musk really doesn't like smooth it out too much. It's very subtle. It's not a fluffy feeling at all. I was hoping the musk and the violet, honestly all of the base notes, would give it a bit more of like a fluffy texture, but it's really more of like a bitter freshy to me. I'm not really getting the violet, not really getting patchouli, maybe a touch of vetiver. So yeah, I think what I said earlier is like a good way to put it. This to me is like a tart, or like it's almost a bit tart, almost a bit bitter, freshy. And it's really nice, and it's definitely unisex, probably leaning masculine. I feel like this would be a good, great, very natural smelling men's cologne, or if you like to smell a little bit more on the masculine side as a woman, that would work too. But yeah, I mostly am getting the bergamot and a little bit of other citrus, maybe a touch of mint, a touch of musk, perhaps a touch of vetiver, but pretty simple, pretty linear, although I have not worn it, so I cannot, I guess, fully say that, because perhaps over time you get more of the base notes coming out. Okay, so yeah, that is the notes for Commodity Bergamot. Those are the notes. And we'll go ahead and read some reviews and other info, but first I just wanted to briefly touch base on the Commodity fragrance that I own, Commodity Moss. This is in the personal variety, that little minus after the moss. So Commodity is known for their scent space, I think that's what's called, scent space concept, where with some of their fragrances, I don't think this one, but some of their fragrances, they do 3 versions. They do just the normal one, like moss. I don't think it has any symbol, it's just moss. That would be called the expressive. So that's kind of like a mid-range projection and like intensity. Then they have the personal, what's called the personal with the minus, and that is, it's more muted, it's more soft, it doesn't project as much, it's not as intense. Then they have the plus, so Moss Plus would be stronger projection, probably longer lasting, just bolder, and it's called the Bold Commodity Bold, so it's like the expressive, bold, and personal. So I have the Moss Personal, and I love this fragrance. It definitely, like I was saying, this one really doesn't have any like muskiness that comes through in a big way. This one does. This one definitely has a lot of musk that comes through, and it adds like a nice fluffy texture to the overall fragrance. So it does still have that like freshness, because it has, I think, citrus notes. I think it has bergamot, but the musk really comes through, makes it nice and smoothed out. So yeah, for this one, it has bergamot, it does have petitgrain, it has oak moss, which of course is why it's called moss. It has quite a lot of musk in it, and then it also has juniper berries and patchouli. So it's honestly a bit similar to this, but just think that you're adding a lot of musk and a bit of oak moss. But they're kind of similar. And so yeah, I love this one. I keep this. I have this to keep in my collection. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go back to Commodity Bergamot, and I will read you some other stats on it. It was launched in 2017, and on Fragrantica it has a rating of 4.14 out of 5 with 439 votes. So that's a good rating. That means that people like this fragrance, and I can totally see why. It's good quality, very natural, realistic bergamot scent. So yeah, if you just want to smell like straight up bergamot, I would recommend this. I mean, obviously it's got other notes, but it's mostly like a citrusy bergamot. Okay, so yeah, they say it's described as an energizing, gender-neutral scent of bright green notes and stark citruses. Yeah, totally agree. Bright green notes, very fresh, gender-neutral. Stark citruses. Okay. People are saying on Fragrantica that the longevity is kind of mid-range, maybe a little weak. The sillage is more on the intimate side. I could see that. But it is very effervescent. And then for gender, they're saying it's like pretty much straight down the middle unisex. And price value kind of mid-range. I don't know what this retails for, but I paid, I think, $40 for it, so it's really good price. Okay, let's read a few reviews. Somebody says, smells like you climbed into a citrus tree, nothing more, nothing less. The scent doesn't stay on past an hour. Not something I'd purchase again, but not the worst blind buy from a discount store that I've ever picked up. I agree, kind of. It does mostly just smell like you climbed into a citrus tree, but again, if you're into the very natural linear smell, great. The next comment says, beautifully simple, photorealistic bergamot, leans slightly feminine as the neroli-esque jasmine comes through in the dry down, perfectly unisex, smells awesome. Okay, let's see what else. Somebody says, my favorite citrus scent of all time, just does not last at all. Very fresh scent. Smells like freshly peeled oranges with floral notes. Can't get enough of it. I mean, honestly, I can, what am I trying to say? It is, the citrus, the bergamot has toned down and already left a bit. So, actually, now that that has happened, I can smell, I think, what would probably be jasmine coming through just a bit. And I can smell a very faint sweetness, probably from like the clementine note. So imagine if you wear this longer, it changes. So maybe it's a little less linear as the top notes burn off. But I do agree, without having worn this, I feel like it would not last very long, the longevity. And that's what a few people have already said, because that's often the case with citruses. They just don't last very long if they have like a more natural, if they're like more natural, they just don't tend to last super long. And if they don't have like a lot of musk or vanilla or something to fix them, you know. Okay, everybody, so that is my review of Commodities Bergamot. Really beautiful bottle, beautiful fragrance, simple citrus, fresh, clean, sophisticated. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the review. And I will catch you all again soon. I'm sending you all peace, love, beauty, and harmony. Okay, bye.